All right, from one great friend to another, let's look out at Cape May, New Jersey. Lots going on in the Jersey Shore. Same story. Folks trying to make the most of what's left of the summer. They need to be aware of strong rip currents that will be developing. Tropical storm Erin, eventually Hurricane Erin, bringing some wave height concerns too. Let's talk about that with Fox 29 meteorologist Kathy Orr. Kathy, I know you're following this, and folks that are going to be visiting, if they're lucky enough to be where you are, they have to be aware of this.
Absolutely. And today, Ian, we have a moderate risk of rip currents. And you can see, I mean, it's a little bit of a rough surf here. We do have that afternoon sea breeze, but there's some usual suspects at this Cape May beach. And one of them are these pipes over to my right, and they have the flags up. There's a red flag in the distance and a closer red flag. That is a no swim zone because of those pipes, and obviously noted rip currents that actually form naturally along them. Also, to my left, this is up beach. There's a jetty, and this is known to be a problem for swimmers and a rip current risk on a daily basis. So yes, with Erin, there is an increased concern for this. And I'm gonna walk up to my lifeguards here because they've been doing a great job and have been very busy this summer. And they can spot these, obviously, from their chairs when we can't. Today, moderate risk of rip currents. Tomorrow, the wind shifts, becomes more southwesterly. So this weekend, we're not as concerned about rip currents, but these are my friends here, Andrew and Tyler. And just tell our viewers on Fox Weather, down beach, you guys can see that rip current that's at that jetty, and I can't. How come?
Absolutely, yeah. So the rip currents, you can kind of see them. It helps if you have polarized glasses, but it's kind of like a lighter color in the water because it's the sand kicking up.
Yeah.
And it comes from all the energy of the waves coming in, and then it feeds back into rip currents, and it really pulls bathers out. So that's like one of our biggest risks with our beach patrons. Yeah,
so it's obviously the jetties here, Ian, and also we have this onshore persistent wind out of the southeast. Our winds will shift, as I mentioned, but this is something we're going to keep a careful eye on. This weekend, not an issue. And we do have a graphic to show you of the wave heights from Erin. So Erin will be in the open waters of the Atlantic and north of Hispaniola by Monday. And we expect the storm to turn north, be off the mainland U.S., but you can see these enormous wave heights. And even for us in our South Jersey beaches and our Delaware beaches, there is a concern that we will have some higher swells. And Andrew, I do know by the Tuesday, Wednesday time frame, that's when we're going to be focused.
Yeah, absolutely. So Tuesday through Thursday, there's supposed to be a really big swell coming through.
Yeah. Oh, that could be a rescue. Hold on.
Yeah.
Are we good?
Oh, we got to just wait to see if it turns into a rescue. It should be good.
All right, so that's our time frame next week.
That just goes to show you, like, there are a lot of dangers in the water right now, a lot of rips, a lot of little sneaks and rescues, so.
It's been a busy summer.
It has been, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially August. It's all clear. Especially with like hurricane season coming in, the water picks up a lot in August and September.
Good job.
Yeah. Wow. Well, thank you so much. We know it's going to get busier, and we know, Ian, a lot of the guards here are going to be going back to college, and that means that many of these beaches won't be covered the way they usually are. You heard about that fatality in Seaside Heights. That was 5 people swimming after the guards were gone. And of course, the local fire department was able to get to the beach within 2 minutes, but unfortunately, they only rescued 4 out of the 5 people. So you have to just stay away from that water when those beaches aren't guarded. We'll send it back to you.
Yeah, it was a heartbreaking update. And Kathy, great point. Even if this storm, which we're hoping it continues on its track, stays well offshore, they're not necessarily invisible, but not always apparent, some of those hazards, even at a distance that big storms like Erin will be can generate. That's Fox 29 meteorologist Kathy Orr down the shore. As always, thank you, Kathy. We'll see you soon.